I'm Valerie Thomas, a senior consultant at Dennison Consulting. While we're all navigating through these unprecedented, yet hopefully temporary new normals, I wanted to offer some key insights and ways of operating as a virtual team. So I recognize that some of you have been working virtually for some time now, as like myself, and then there's others that this is very new, and you're having to juggle both working from home, but also some of you have to also homeschool your children. So I think what I'm hoping you get out of this video is some key insights, some key ways to be thinking about working virtually as a team, and ultimately being able to put some of these things into practice. So when I think of effective teamwork, the first thing that comes to mind for me is trust. And trust is very complex and oftentimes is difficult to have conversations around. But trust is a key component of healthy high-performance teams. So what does trust look like in this virtual environment? More questions come up than answers, quite honestly, and these are the things that I want you to be asking each other and exploring and navigating through. So what could trust look like in a virtual team? Do we trust each other that we're focused on the right things that's going to help the organization achieve its vision? Do we trust each other to be there and to support one another in achieving our results? Do we trust that we're working and using our time wisely throughout the day when we no longer are in sight? Do we trust that we're going to stay connected and get involved in the key initiatives that are happening and the current changes that organizations are dealing with? Do we trust that we are able to resolve conflict in a virtual setting? All of these things are really important key components of high effective teams. While we're doing teamwork virtually, it doesn't mean that the same concepts that you might have learned in a workshop around team building don't apply here. You know, I think dusting off some of those key principles like trust is really where we need to be spending our energy and having those conversations. I managed a group of virtual leaders some time ago now for a global organization. And some key learnings that I found helpful as I navigated through that time was that trust looks different to each and every individual. And so as a leader, I had to understand pretty quickly what did trust mean to each of those individuals, and how willing am I to shift and shape my view of trust so that I can be trusted. So some examples of how some of my team members thought they were in trust with me was when I would give them visible projects. I would be less in the details. I would allow them to make some decisions. I trusted that they were involving the right people. I didn't have to select the people to be involved in projects. So really empowering folks. For most of my team, that was a real big differentiator in terms of, I know that you trust me, Valerie, when you're able to delegate, to allow me to make some key decisions in the projects that we're working on. You know, I think as leaders, we have to also recognize that we're going to have to stay connected. We're going to have to really build some stronger relationships that we've ever had to in the past. And that means, you know, spending more time on the phone virtually with each other, as well as, you know, as team members, getting involved, asking questions, getting involved in some of the key initiatives. You know, so staying involved, staying connected are really key components, and that could also help to build trust in the team. While all of this might sound like common sense, I hear you. It is for the most part. However, what I have found over the years is it's not common practice. So what I invite you to do is just kind of dust off some of those great team building capabilities that you've probably learned over the years, most likely in a workshop form, because those tools can still help today. We just have to put more focused effort, be more disciplined around, again, staying involved, staying connected, and really building that trust so people can perform and ultimately achieve what the organization's trying to achieve. I hope this was helpful. Us at Denison, we are here to support you in any form or fashion, and we just hope that everyone stays well, stays healthy, and continues to navigate through this together.